All right, guys, check this one out. We've got an aircon that we're going to be changing over, and I'm going to show you us doing it, how to do it, however you want to take it. So, look, we've had this aircon come in. Cover's been smashed off. Don't actually know what's happened. The customer hasn't said, but the cover's been smashed off, so he's putting a brand new aircon on it because this old B3200 is hard to get parts for. Think you still can buy the covers, but very difficult to get. Hatch has got some scratches on it. One guard's been bent up. We're not touching anything to do with that. Don't know how that happened. Maybe in the same event. But look, I'll show you us taking this off. Come down, I'll show you inside first. Cool, might be slightly dark in here, but there you go, we've got the old unit there. Pretty basic. What we're going to do is start by chucking some electrical tape on, or chucking some masking tape over the power inlet and putting it across saying do not turn on, and start ripping this thing apart. So we'll show you that in 2 secs. So you'll see here we've got 3 large bolts that are running up to the main unit on the outside, 2 here that have already been undone, and then there is another one under this cover. So we're going to undo this cover, get this off, and undo that last bolt. Then the unit will be free to be taken off on the outside. Now keep in mind that a lot of the time these are silicon to the roof, so you don't want to just go ripping them off. They may tear your roof sheet if you do that. You've got to be very delicate with them. There's that silicon we were talking about. Okay, so we're up on the top section now, having a look at the unit. Now I've got a piece of high density foam, which is actually a composite wall for a Caravan, bit of foam, and I'm making sure that I am leaning it on the H-beam, so it's fully supported. Now we're going to grab the unit and basically try and get some lift under it. Now this one is relatively easy. I've already had a look at it. But I've lifted it up, I've given it a bit of a twist, just making sure that it breaks the seal pretty easy. Sometimes you'll have an absolute nightmare on them, but these older units are usually pretty good. It's the Ibis 2s or the Ibis 1s. They're always really difficult to get off. So you can see there, that seal's already broken. Perfect. There you go, it's fully let go. So what we'll do, okay, there we go. So I'm up on the roof. I'm still sitting onto my foam, and I'm still making sure that I'm on these metal H-beams where the aircon is. I don't want to put too much pressure on any of the timber of the roof or any aluminium, dent anything in, nothing like that. So now we've got to clean up this whole roof, ready for the new aircon to go on. We want a nice clean surface for all our silicon to stick to. So I'll show you the way that I'm going to do that, because this question gets asked a hell of a lot of times. Now, I've got a sharp scraper. Now, I'm going to be very gentle with the sharp scraper because I don't want to scratch the roof. I wouldn't be doing this on the side of the Caravan, like after taking a window out, because it will almost guaranteed to scratch somewhere. But I'm going to be very gentle, taking the bulk of it off, and then use a sharp plastic scraper to get the rest of it off. So I'll show you a little bit of how we do that. So basically, just get under it, making sure it's pretty sharp. There you go. So we can take a big lot of silicon off in one hit. Then we're going to use this plastic scraper and come along and just get that majority of that extra shit off. So we're going to get it pretty much a little bit cleaner than that all the way over. And then what we'll do is we'll come with some methylated spirits on a rag, give it a really nice clean, get it all nice and clean back to the normal looking roof. And then we'll get the new unit ready to go on. So I'll show it once it's all cleaned up and about to go on. Okay, so we have cleaned all this up. So nice clean surface right around where the aircon outer collar is going to go. So this is the outer collar. That's going to be sealed to the roof, and the unit's going to sit on top of that and be sealed with this rubber gasket there, or this foam gasket I should say, and then it's going to be bolted with 4 bolts through each hole there to the unit, to the inside plenum. So, got that nice and clean. I'll give a quick quick one more. We want to make sure it's super, super clean. Same with this one too. And we did just quickly run some measurements on the unit as well, and it is going to be slightly close to the solar panel, sort of just off. So we ran around at the back where it's going to be the closest. We ran around a little bit of rubber gasket, just double-sided rubber gasket that's stuck to the solar panel, just in case there is any rubbing down the track. But the unit that we're going for, the Houghton 3600 inverter, is going to be perfect because this is quite a large van. We didn't want to go anything smaller. So yeah, but I think it'll be fine. It's not going to be an issue at all. Now we're going to get some silicone on this roof. Now you want to be reasonably generous with your silicone. You don't want to be skimping out. Now someone's probably going to say to me, why aren't you using the electric gun? Because it's in the cupboard and I can't be bothered getting it. I don't really like them. Sit out that on there. I like to give it a bit of a wiggle around, get all the air out of underneath it. Perfect. Now the aircon is ready to go on. Okay, that was a little tricky to install and film at the same time, but we got there. So, we've got the unit fixed to the roof at the moment, and we're just going to do all the hookup on the inside now. Well, there we go. It's all finished. The install's all been done. I'll turn around here and show it. Install's all been done. So this is a 3600 inverter model by Houghton. So if you want any of the specs, jump online, have a bit of a look. Now I'll show you the outside. And there's the exterior. So that's the external unit. So they're a nice, neat looking unit. They're pretty thin, they're pretty slim, and they run really quietly and really efficiently as well. So we're just plugging this in right now. Josh just plugged it in to give it a good test, and we'll run this thing for like the next 2 hours, heater and cold, and see how it all goes. If it all passes everything, we'll leave it until tomorrow, because we don't like to let aircons, or we don't like to let anything that we seal down on the roof drive for at least 24 hours until some silicon's at least set. So we'll let this set until tomorrow, and the customer can pick it up, they can take it, and should all be pretty sweet. Okay, we're pretty much done now. So this is about to get a clean out. So one of the guys are going to jump in there, vacuum everything out, wipe everything down, and the unit's currently being tested. Now this is on a Majestic Caravan. So I'll tell you a funny story about Majestic Caravans. Not about them themselves, but I bought a Majestic Caravan like 10 years ago, and I thought it was hilarious when I bought it, the word Majestic. So everything that I was saying, kept on saying to my wife, like, oh, that's Majestic, or this is Majestic. And I said it so much that now every time she hears the word Majestic, she just hates it. Every time someone books in their Majestic Caravan, she just rolls her eyes, and she's just, yeah. So it's just an ongoing joke now in the workshop that everything's Majestic, or if we've got a Majestic, and we all make jokes to her about it. So, yeah, some random bit of information that I thought's funny that you probably don't. So, there we go. Final part of the video. It's all done. It's installed. It's getting cleaned. Luke's in here cleaning it now. Other Luke. And the unit's all on and running, and it is freezing, which is nice. It's about 25 degrees outside at the moment, so it's not an overly hot day, but the air coming out of it's really nice and cold. As a complete guess off the top of my head, I'd probably say it's about 16 degrees. Yeah, it's running really nicely. It's nice and quiet. So the compressor's currently kicked in at the moment, and you'd easily be able to sleep with this on. So there we go. I'll see you guys on the next one.